Hi, my name is Patricia. I'm a counseling psychologist registered with HCPC here in the UK, and in today's video I'm gonna be explaining you about different stages of sleep that we cycle throughout the night, and hopefully by having more knowledge about those stages you will have better understanding why it is so important to actually have a really good night's sleep. So first of all, we can actually divide our sleep stages into REM, which is the rapid eye movement, and non-REM, which is the non-rapid eye movement. During REM, our brain activity actually is very similar to the brain activity that we experience while we are awake. And during that stage, we actually dream. And that's why as well, when we go into REM sleep, our body is being paralyzed, so we don't act out our dreams. On the other hand, the non-REM, so non-rapid eye movement stage, can be subdivided into 4 stages. And if we move from stage 1 till 4, the depth of the sleep actually increases from 1 till 4. And how here the depth of the sleep is being measured, it is by the difficulty that we have of waking up from each of the stages. So if we are in the stage 1, it will be much easier for us to wake up from that stage comparing with being in a stage 4, for example. So another really important and interesting information is that the REM and non-REM sleep, they actually cycle every 90 minutes. But the first half of the night actually starts with the non-REM sleep and is actually dominated by the non-REM sleep, and only towards the end of the morning, towards the end of our sleep, that's when the REM sleep gonna start dominating. So why we have to actually move through these different stages of sleep, why the stages of sleep needs to actually cycle every 90 minutes. So one of the theories by Matthew Walker is that initially, when we fall asleep, our brain needs to actually clear up the neural connections that we don't need anymore, clear out the information that maybe are not relevant anymore, that maybe they are not needed, that maybe we haven't accessed for very long, just to make space for the new information, and as well to be able to combine the old information with the new information in something which is more coherent. And there's a clear out of information, there's a clear out of the neural connections that maybe are not needed, actually happens mainly in the first half of the night. So it's during the non-REM sleep, and only towards the morning, when the REM sleep starts dominating, that's when our new memories are being combined with the old material. So that is when the information from the short-term memory are being moved into the long-term memory. Alright, so now that we have a better understanding about these different stages and what the functions are, now let's have a look at an example. So let's assume that you go to bed normally around 11 p.m. and then maybe you wake up about 7 a.m. in the morning. But on that specific day, you have to actually get up at 5. So that means you're losing 2 hours out of your sleep. So that's about 25% of your sleep. But that actually is not as accurate if we consider what I was talking before about the fact that the non-REM sleep actually dominates throughout the first half of the night, and then the REM sleep dominates throughout the other half of the night. So if we wake up 2 hours before, that means that we might be losing 60 to 90% of the REM sleep, and that actually works the same the other way around. So if you go to bed 1 or 2 hours late, means you're gonna be losing perhaps 60 to 90% of your non-REM sleep. As you can imagine now, in both case scenarios, whether we go sleep late or whether we get up early, we're actually losing the time when our brain could work for us. We're losing the time when brain can sift through the informations that we encountered throughout the day, and the time when brain can actually put this information in our long-term memory. So that will be it for today. And if you enjoyed this video, then please like it, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one then. Thank you. Bye bye.